What do we think, bitches? Let's fix this. I didn't even notice I have my glasses on. These are so amazing. My mom came through. They came over and gave me all the things. God, she's the best. She always gives me, she'll do like a big La Mer order. And oh my God, she'll give me all the little samples. That's what I've been living off of. We gotta throw this away. Or I could just leave it right here. Whatever. What's up, Benetos? You're back to me? Cool. Awesome. Thanks. I tried to care what I look like today. I even put a necklace on. I just kissed Jesse goodbye because he was going to the gym and he goes, "Ooh, you smell good." And I'm like, well, I mean, I need perfume on. I need to feel better. Also, why do I have this in? I like could not hear myself. Let me go put this away. Yeah. Okay. Can you relax? Can you chill? What's up? I was gonna say dudes and dudettes. Like, when am I? Am I a 90s kid? For sure. Oh God. I don't even know what I put in my last video. I don't even think I watched it. But I did get some constructive criticism from Jesse. He's like, I watched your last video. I think you need to have a run of show. He's totally right. Because I feel like when I come on here, I'm always like, this, and this happened. Like all my old vlogs. But now that I'm starting to get back into it, I don't really know what to talk about. I want to make sure I say things correctly. I really just feel like I knew what I was doing before. I was really good about the ums. I hate when people say I just did it. It drives me insane when other people do it, and here I am doing it. It's just such a, what is it? What's it called? Space dealy? I don't fucking know. But I did tell you guys that we moved to Vegas. We were in Hermosa for 7 years. Can you believe we were there for 7 years? What else? I also didn't care what I looked like. So today I was like, okay, let's like at least straighten the hair, put a little curl in it, just a little wave, something, right? I put my necklace on that my beautiful best friend gave me because I was a bridesmaid in her wedding. This was a little bridesmaid gift. It's so gorgeous. I love it. It's like a little rose gold. I don't know if you can really tell. Also, this tan, guys, I'm looking a little yellow because of this light. I'm not really sure. Jaundice. Squirrel. But this is a tan. This is not a spray tan. It looks like a spray tan. In the last video, I think I had a spray tan on. Yeah. So my parents came. So let's go there. So my parents came to visit, and I haven't seen them. I haven't seen my dad since last January 2020 when I visited home the last time. My mom, I saw the middle of March. We did a Melbourne together, and Melbourne had just shut down and the US had just shut down, like with people coming in and out. So the only people that could come into the US were US citizens. Same with Melbourne, or Australia, only Australian citizens. So we took everyone from the US back to Australia that like were at school or places, you know, that had closed down, or if their work visas had been whatever, I don't know. Then everyone from Australia back to the US. And I tell you, on the way there to Australia, great. I had to talk down like a few passengers because this was like in the hit of COVID. This one guy was having a straight on panic attack on landing, and I had to calm him down. But on the way back to the US, I swear, the most unruly passengers. Why? Just why? Then again, that was in the very beginning, so people weren't really understanding the seriousness of it. So where was I going with that? That was the last time I saw my mom. At least I stayed on topic, okay? Gave you just a little story that you didn't need to hear. So that was the last time I saw my mom, was the middle of March. So she was losing her ever-loving mind. I mean, so was I. I missed my parents so freaking much. Especially when at the time, like before all this happened, before COVID really hit, I was visiting every month, if not every other month. So I was constantly like, isn't home anymore. I will always be home, obviously, but that's what I always say. Jesse's always like, this is your home. I'm like, oh, baby. I was always visiting home all the time. You know, very consistently, always visiting with my girlfriends. So it was very hard, very, very, very hard. Also, leaving Hermosa in the hit of all this pandemic was very hard because I met some of my best girlfriends out there, all thanks to Tone It Up. I mean, you've seen, if you've been on my channel for this long, and I literally have, what, 34 subscribers? Woo! Shout out to the OGs that stayed around this long where I didn't post for an entire year. Thanks, guys. If you know, like, I met all my best friends through Tone It Up in Hermosa, like girls that, I mean, on Instagram, Tone It Up meetups, people that we met at like a book signing, at a workout event. I got really lucky being in Hermosa. They did the shape events on the beach, even the volleyball tournaments. What else did they do? I feel like P90X did a big thing, but I think it was, what's his name? Tony? Oh. Anyways, they did it. I think it was with Shape. Anyways. I mean, the coolest girls. Some girls I don't talk to anymore. You know, we all kind of grew apart. But some girls really, we just clicked. They were my babies. And, I mean, they still are. They're still my best friends. I mean, just the fact that, like, we basically saw them grow up, get married, have kids. Like, that's 7 years. That's pretty long to see all of that going on. Sorry, my camera's focusing in and out, and I just want to make sure I stay in the right spot. I'm like, is this the sweet spot? So this will be the little trial, because I also need to figure that out for the podcast. So, not my podcast, Jesse's, even though I make all the appearances. So, so yeah, so Hermosa, I miss them so much, and we've been lucky enough to drive to California probably every month to visit Jesse's mom and his stepdad and their family. It's kind of been hard on me because I'm like, oh, we're visiting your family so much, but I don't get to see mine. And I was getting kind of like, I want to see my family, I want to see my friends. And now that we're vaccinated, and I feel like it's way more, you know, so many people are now vaccinated, it's way more accessible, there's the word. And people are still kind of being smart. I know a lot of people were like, get this off of me, meaning the mask. But I feel a little bit better now visiting home. So I think I am. So that brings me to, we're vaccinated. So now, what am I trying to say? Oh my God. Last time I got on here was last month, and I was waiting for my RQ date, which is requalification. And I think the next day after I made that video, we got called for our requalification date. So that was cool. It was kind of hard leaving the boys all day because we got lucky. It started, usually they start at 7 a.m. and they end around like 3 p.m. We got really lucky. They were like, hey, you're gonna be in the 11 a.m. class. Okay. The only downside was it got out later. Jesse still got out earlier than mine. It got out earlier. He got out an hour earlier than I did. Because with social distancing restrictions, he was in another class, which was fine. But my class was a little bit bigger than his. I think he had 3 and I had 6. And 6 people. So ours took a little longer just to go through, you know, all the doors and the tests and all that stuff. So anyway, we did that, and we were so lucky that we have met people here that know our dogs and are just the sweetest humans, that they came over and took care of the dogs, took them out for their walks. Their daughter even stayed here and like did her homework and like stayed with them so they weren't like alone. And that makes me feel, my anxiety was through the roof. And I can't say I really get anxious, but the few days right before requalification, I was getting so anxious. I was losing my mind. I'm like, oh my God, how are we gonna do this? Like, I just was like, they're gonna be so mad at us all day. They're gonna tear up everything in the house. So I'm very lucky that our friend's daughter stayed with them and like just hung out. It was so cute. Like, I wasn't like spying, but we have a camera. They know this. We have a camera in our living room and we always put it on when we leave just to see what they're doing. So like, I would just check it like in our little breaks during class, and just to see like what they're up to, if they've torn anything up, if, you know, they left or whatever. And it was just so cute to like see her playing with the dogs. Just really put all that anxiety at ease. So I was able to concentrate and pass our like little exams that we had. One of the first things though, I hadn't talked to our neighbor yet, and I was about to do our CPR exam, and he's like, hey, take a step back, or my instructor, he said, take a step back, breathe, you got this, you're fine. And I was like, oh my God, I am losing it. So I was very lucky to just, to have somebody that was patient, you know. You don't get that very often, especially now in our day and age. I feel like people are very on edge with any sort of patience. It's non-existent. So that was that. So anyway, so I got my schedule. That's what I was trying to get to. I got a schedule for next month. Yay. Very excited. I think I have 3 trips. They're all 4 days, which are good. I feel like you just get it out of the way. And they are high time 4 days. I mean, high time for a domestic pairing. Definitely not like a 30-hour Melbourne that I loved to do out of LA and you only had to do 2 or 3 and you were fine. These are 23-hour 4 days, which is fine. I think I'm gonna try to pick up some turns out of Vegas. We'll see. Because I don't think have I mentioned on here before, I'm San Francisco based. So that's why when we were gone all day, we had to fly up to San Francisco and then come back. So yeah. But I got it. So yeah, I got to schedule 3 trips. I'm really excited. Never been to Richmond, Virginia. So I was just Googling what you do there. I have like 32 hours. Yeah, 32 hours in Richmond, Virginia. So I was Googling and Jesse said he'd been there. He's like, it's nice. I walked around. Okay. They're known for their American Civil War Museum. So that's cool. So I'll go check that out. But I think they were on the wrong side of the Civil War because there's a Confederate museum. What? So I was like, what? Why? Okay. I mean, okay. So maybe go check it out just to look. I guess there's the Hollywood Cemetery as well. I guess it's huge. There's like presidents buried there, which I didn't think presidents were actually buried in a cemetery. I thought they had more of like a sanctuary type thing, like a more what are they called? Like a, maybe it's here. I don't know. No, anyways. So I'm not gonna even try and say a word. I don't even know. I can't even see it in my head. So anyways, you're probably yelling at me right now. But I guess it's called the Hollywood Museum, and there's a bunch of people buried there that are like famous presidents and like famous older generational people that made a big deal. And then I guess there's a lot of Civil War soldiers buried there, and a lot of I think, what's the word? Not unnamed. unaccounted for, no, what's it called? Where like the soldier, like no one's, maybe I'll write that here too. Why can't I think of the words? Words, Allie, words. Okay, maybe I should pause this because I don't know what I'm doing. No, maybe not. Leave it all in. Hi, Baba. You say hi to the camera again for me? Thank you. Oh, he's so tired. Look, he's so tired. And Paula's underneath the desk. Yeah, you're doing so good, aren't you? Oh. So yay, have a schedule. Hopefully get to go visit home now at the end of the month. So, I mean, we're in May now. No, not the end of May, but the end of June. So yeah, that is exciting to think of. So yeah, Richmond, Virginia, high squirrel, ADHD brain, 32 hours. And then I get to go to Maui. It's not a long layover in Maui, but it's 17 hours. I'm okay with that. At least it's something, and I can enjoy the nice Hawaiian air. Oof, I miss Hawaii so much. So I can stock up on my peanut butter and yay. So that'll be nice. And let's see, what else? Oh, so I'm dealing with a little bit of financial trouble. Now, the only reason I'm comfortable saying this on here is because honestly, I feel like nobody's really a stranger to me, and I know that Jesse's always like, nobody needs to know that business, like, that's meh. But I feel like when I talk about stuff like this, I feel like there are so many other people out there that are dealing with the same thing, but they're afraid to talk about it. So even though I'm not like a big influencer or anything, I feel like if I'm talking about it, I feel like I put someone else at ease, only because that has happened for me. So let me do that for you, for anyone else that might be dealing with this. So we were furloughed back in October, right? And for the time being, we were on unemployment. Now, we qualified for it because it was due to COVID response, right? We lost our jobs directly due to COVID. So that was kind of cool. We were getting this kind of like a steady paycheck almost, and helping us pay our bills that we didn't know if we were going to pay because we went through all of our savings, all that money we were going to buy a house with. We went through our 401k, don't come at me. We had to. We got lucky. It didn't, what do they call it? Hardship. Like it wasn't, we didn't take a hit. People say like you take a hit when you do that or something. We didn't, because of it was a COVID response relief sort of type deal. So we dipped into the 401k. We dipped into all of our savings, because unemployment wasn't working for me at first. It was working for Jesse, which I found so weird. We filed at the same time, and our unemployment is not in sync at all, which goes to show you how broken the system is. And I feel so much more for everyone that has had to deal with unemployment, for the Employment Development Department, or the EDD. And I just have so much more respect and patience for the workers there and for people that are trying to get unemployment. I feel your pain now. I understand now. I'm sorry that it took me this long to understand and to go through it myself to see the big picture. It is a mess. So my unemployment, thank God I got the back pay like when I did. I had like 10 weeks of back pay, which was nice. I was able to pay everything. We were really on top of rent and our car payments, and it wasn't until recently that we have dealt with this financial hardship. So recently, with the PSP being passed, we started to get this back pay sort of thing for furloughed flight attendants. We were getting a back pay since, I wouldn't say January, maybe February, March, April. Okay, so like 3 paychecks. And that was kind of cool because it was paying my rent. I was getting, let's say it was, I don't know, $1,500 on the first, because I can't really give you a number right now. I can't think of it. Say it was that. I knew I was gonna get that, and then I think it was like $300 in the middle of the month, because that's like the 71 hours minimum, like the base minimum pay, no per diem. Obviously we're not flying, there's no flight hours, but that's the base minimum back pay they could give us. So with EDD, you have to claim any sort of income that comes in. And I was putting exactly what I got. If you made over 1,000, you had to put like 999 and state what it was, right? So I'm like, okay, this was back pay. That was the only drop down they had, so that made sense to me in my brain. Apparently we were doing it wrong, and we were supposed to write in on the comment section PSP, pay. I didn't know that, and I guess this happened to so many people. It was not just me, and they raised a red flag and they stopped our payments. And so now everything says pending. Now I have 8 weeks of pending. It sucks. Sucks really hard, because then with our RQ, I think I said this in my last video, we had our second COVID shot with the first RQ date, right? So we had to cancel that RQ, and they couldn't get us in until May. That's beyond me. That I couldn't call scheduling and be like, hey, can you put me in April? Make sure you put me in April. I didn't know this. If they didn't reassign our RQ date in April, you don't get paid for April. What? I didn't know that. How was I supposed to know that? You know what I mean? How was I supposed to know? So because they took off our RQ date, we didn't get the 71-hour base minimum pay, so we didn't get paid. So that first of the month check I was supposed to get on May 1st, thinking I'm gonna pay rent, didn't get. So I took whatever I had left in my bank account and I paid half of rent, thinking that, all right, Jesse's gonna get paid, he can pay the other half of rent. And then he didn't get paid. So then I got pissed, because I was like, oh, I should have just kept that money and then left it. We still would have gotten paid, or gotten the, we still would have gotten the late fee for rent either way. I could have kept that and just fucking paid my car payment or something else, all the credit cards that I'm late on now. So I'm pretty upset about that. So then now that we have our queue on our schedule, now I don't know, they're playing games. I don't know what it is. I just got off the phone with somebody that was in my RQ class that was like, hey, how are you seeing the prorated 71-hour minimum base guarantee on your pay register? Because I'm not. And I went, no, me either. Cool, what? So then I asked Jesse. Jesse needs to, he is very, I don't want to call the union. I don't want to call work if I don't have to. Well, you kind of have to, honey, so. So he still needs to call because he doesn't have it either. I don't think anyone in our Q class has it, the base minimum, and that's not legal, right? So now we're not going to get paid again. So right before this, I was on the phone, or I was trying, not on the phone with them, but I was trying to call EDD for the past 2 hours. I'm going to call again as soon as I get off of here. And because I finally got through to somebody last month, and I said, hey, what's going on? You know, and I finally got through to them, and they said, hey, you have an interview scheduled, we requested. We don't have a scheduled interview for you yet. You'll get an inbox. You'll get a message in your inbox. Make sure that your email is connected to your inbox. It is. I check it every day. Never got anything. The one day, Saturday, May, let's say, I don't know when it was. It was the weekend before my parents got here. I don't know, now it's gonna bug me. The 8th, let's say it's the 8th. They called, and I had a migraine. So my phone was on Do Not Disturb. And I woke up, or was it a Friday? It didn't make sense to me, whatever it was. I had a horrible migraine. I wake up to a bunch of messages from my lash girl, because I didn't even realize I had a lash appointment scheduled. I had a lash appointment scheduled that I had scheduled forever ago that I shouldn't have done anyways because I wasn't financially there. I had a lash appointment. I had a bunch of messages and calls from her. Hey, are you okay? Then I see EDD unemployment. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I listen to the voicemail and it's like, hi, we're reaching you for your interview. And I'm like, what? So I was livid. I still am. I'm very livid about it. I had no notification that I was going to have an interview. It was a fucking Saturday. I'm so pissed beyond belief. Another thing that I see, hello, the system is broken. So I was really pissed off about that. And it said, the voicemail was like, we'll try to reach you again. So I have been calling and calling ever since, and I can't get through. I will get through. I'm going to put it out there that I'm going to get through. I'm going to manifest this. Somehow I'm going to get through to someone, and I know that it might be too much to ask, but I am going to have a positive outcome. It is going to work in my favor. This will happen for me. So yeah, we haven't paid rent this month. I haven't paid my car payment. I paid a little over half, and I even contacted Nissan. I was like, hey, I know that you guys were doing like COVID relief and not charging late fees. Like, thank you for that. I just want to let you know I'm gonna pay once I get this EDD like all sorted out. Oh, look at that. One of my credit card companies is calling. They're like, hey, where's our payment? Because I've always been on time. So yeah, I was telling them that. I was telling Nissan that. And they're like, well, actually, you are going to get charged a late fee. And I was like, oh, shit. So it's like all these people are finally able to pay their bills again. And all these companies are like, here we go. Because they couldn't make money during COVID, right? So now that people are actually getting back to work, they're like, we're going to get them with all these late fees. And it sucks. It sucks so hard that is literally how the system works. Only in America, man. You know, it's like fucking monopoly. So anyways, that is what's happening right now. It is pretty rough. I'm freaking out now. You know, Jesse was trying to say like, hey, how about we get a loan? Let's try and get a loan. Well, nobody's going to give you a loan when you don't have a steady income. So, and they can't count unemployment as income. So I'm just going to work my ass off. Hopefully, you know, with the 3 trips that I have, that should be able to cover rent. I was trying to like do the math before taxes, and each trip that I have is worth $1,200. So it's $300 a day for doing what I love. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm more than okay with that. Pick up a few turns out of here, hopefully, because I know it's slim pickings, and then just see how it goes. Wish me luck. I definitely want to get into a few other things maybe next time, hopefully in 2 weeks. I'm going to try and make this bi-weekly. I know that this kind of it's been what, 3 weeks? Almost 4, I think, since I made the last one. So I'm going to try and make it bi-weekly. Actually write down content. I did write a few things down today. Well, you can't see that. I think I went over it too and I didn't really look. Yay, go me. I'm going to try to stop saying I apologize, guys. It's just, I also was looking up at the screen, trying to look at the camera here. I wish I could get my lashes done. I'm looking scary. Oh, I don't know if people really watch this, but if you've heard of Wink Click, please let me know. One of my girlfriends I went to college with was posting about Wink Click, and I know that the way it sounds like they're magnetic lashes. Like, you say that out loud, that's what I think of. It's not. They're lash strips, but not lash strips. So they come in this, like, let's say it's a 5-pack. I can't think right now. Say it's a 5. My recording stopped. So anyways, let's say it's a 5-pack of lashes, and what what am I trying to say? Now I lost my train of thought. So it's a 5-pack of lashes. They look like lash strips when you look at them, but they're like in divisions of 4. And you can cut them any which way you want. And so this girl that I went to college with was like posting how she did it. She's like, okay, let's do this. So she was posting it all on Instagram. She's like, I watched all the videos. I think I know how to do this. So she's putting them on and she's reading it and it's like, it says to put it on the top of the lash. Now, when you put on a lash strip, what do? You put it on the bottom, you stick it on top of your lashes, kind of put it in with the, I think I have a video of me doing it. I became so good at putting on lashes back in the day when I took a year off of getting my lashes done. I mean, I became a pro, right? Well, now, you know, I was getting my lashes again and then now I'm not, and I suck really bad at it. Like really, really, really bad at putting lash strips on, to the point where like my eyes are watering. My eyes never used to water like that, so I don't know what's happening. But anyways, wink click. So she goes, okay, you put the glue on the top of the lash. So instead of going on top of your lash line, you're going underneath. And I'm like, I'm watching her do this and I'm like, that looks so weird, but so natural. The way she put it on, Leah, oh my God, I know you're not watching this, but like, holy crap. I was like, she just made that look so easy. What? So she put it all on. It looks like she got lash extensions because of the way that they're placed. They're placed underneath. So then I was like, I immediately messaged her and was like, are your eyes watering like crazy? Because like now I'm nervous. She's like, not at all. So I was like, now I gotta try it. And I mean, hello, like for a full extension, for a full set of extensions, it's about $200 or more. And my old lady in California, not old, sorry Elizabeth, that's not what I mean. My old girl in California was $250 for a full set. And for a fill, it was about $85. So kind of same here. I feel like the new girl I found, I think it was about $200 for a full set, almost. And then, you know, 80 for a fill, 85, I don't know. I can't think right now, but this wink click, I think they last like 10 days at the most, as long as you're not like pouring water all over yourself. It's like you're wearing a strip all the time, not taking off when you go to bed. 7 to 10 days, and they're $35, I think. I think there was a more expensive one, maybe $50, but you get 4 or 5 sets. So let's say like one falls off in the corner or on this corner, because my eyes do water a lot no matter what, if anything's on them. You can just take another one and, you know what I mean? What? Sorry, I just stared at my coffee and it's full and it's probably freezing now. So I'm gonna go because this is a lot longer than it was supposed to be. What, it cut off at like 28 minutes. Now we're about almost 4 minutes in. So sorry guys, this was a long one. I'm gonna try and do bi-weekly, so I'm not doing like 18 subjects at once, but I miss you guys. I'm gonna keep doing this. Yeah. Stay safe, be kind. All right.